Welcome back to our coverage of the Micromax UK Championships, and this week we're at Hooton Park in Cheshire for round 4. 14 drivers have turned up, 3 heats from random grid positions and a final. Let's have a look at the runners this weekend. Jake Woods is on the 6 car, first appearance in the championship, but he's 15 kilos over the weight limit. Oliver Hipkins is on the 13, the man from Shrewsbury. On the 18 car, it's a big old cuddly welcome to the Micromax UK Championships for Jensen Chalk, the man from Wotton-under-Edge. Charlotte Stanley's doing it for the girls, the only girl in the championship. She's from Cheadleham on the 22. Ray Williamson makes his first appearance in the championship on the 29 car. He's from West Kirby and Wirral. Logan Lauders on the 33 from Timperley in Cheshire. James Roberts joined the championship at round 2, already a front runner on the 37. He's from Liverpool. Zane Quaker is the championship leader. He's from Manchester on the 44 kart. The man that won all the heats in the final at round 1, Seb Corking, drives the 52. He's from Darlington. Aston Brown, less experienced than a lot of the drivers in the field. He's on the 57 from Hetton near Skipton. Riley Buckton-Young missed the last round, but he's back for round 4. He's from Harrogate in Yorkshire. The man second in the championship, bringing the pressure to Zane Quaker, is on the 68 car. That's Rory Armstrong. Caden Simpson is in our list here, but he's off doing Formula 1 or watching Formula 1. Why is he doing that? I don't know. Braden Boyd is on the 88s from Walshaw near Bury, and running out the field with his new yellow suit. Well, I've spent an hour making it yellow anyway. Oliver Sibbald is on the 99 car, the man from Cleaton Moor. Let's have a look at the grid positions for this one. I'm on my own. Jake Sanson is off in Europe doing some nonsense out there. He's stuck out there for 6 weeks. Here's a grid for Heat 1. Random grid positions. Hipkins on pole. Jake Woods and Brave Williamson new to the championship on 2 and 3. The man second in the championship's off P4 and the championship leader off P7. You've got 2 big runners, Corkin and Roberts, at the back of the field there. They'll be trying to work together to come through. Hipkins it is that grabs himself the lead into turn 1, and Williamson goes with him. Jake Woods on the 6 car, is already down a 5th, make that 6th as they go through turn 2. That's Charlotte Stanley chasing Jake Woods. Jake's got a load of experience, been doing mini rock in Super 1 for several years now. However, he's coming to this today. He didn't realise he was going to be 15 kilos over the weight limit, so don't expect Jake Woods to be ripping up the trees today. And we've lost Bray Williamson through the first part of the double apex. Had Jensen Chalk in behind him, may have been a bit of contact, but these are the 3 leaders. It's Hipkins from Armstrong, second in the championship, and Quaker, the championship leader, now through to 3rd. 3 of them coming down to turn 1. Armstrong looking down the inside, taking a wide line. It's Hipkins, contact! Armstrong carries on, Quaker's off! That's Quaker rejoining as we go past on Charlotte Stanley's car from the onboard 360 camera. Oh, carnage, have another look at it. As they come down into turn 1, it's Armstrong down the inside looking to make the overtake. On the outside, it's Hipkins, takes the big wide line now. We pause it right there. Should Ollie Hipkins see him? Well, I think he should. It's front wheel to front wheel contact. It's got to give him room, surely. Armstrong has carried on. Let's have another look from the other slow motion angle. Armstrong over the top destroys the nacelle panel on Ollie Hipkins' car. Running wide was the championship leader, Zane Quaker. He's recovering though. He's still there in, what is that, 5th place? He's in 5th place. Not for long though. They go across the line and Lauder's just put a move on him down the inside. So Lauder 5th at the moment, but for how long? Not very is the answer in the background. You see the 44 past the 33 already. So Quaker's recovered that spot. He'll be trying his best now to get back to the front of the field to try and rescue some championship points here. Not least because he will know that the 68 car out front is his closest contender in the championship at the moment. Rory Armstrong leading is second in the championship, and Zane Quaker now in 5th place. The championship leader, of course, bit of contact between 37 Roberts and 33 Lauder, and Lauder is pulling off, so clearly he had a problem coming through Stanlow in the final turn. Roberts has run into the back of him. Now that's a classic where he may have got a drop down penalty there. His front nose cone on Roberts' car may have dropped down, but that's not because he's made deliberate contact. We see the championship leader up the inside of Charlotte Stanley, so Quaker now through to what should be 4th place, I believe. But that wasn't deliberate contact, and that's the sort of thing that could be overturned by the clerk, and of course, if he spotted it, of course, and he knows that Logan Lauders maybe thrown a chain, something like that, and James Roberts had absolutely nowhere to go. Battles all over the track. Here's another one, Braden Boyd from Bury. He's running in P8. He's got Aston Brown right behind him to play with. So 22 is Charlotte Stanley going through the picture. That is the 52 of Sebastian Corking. He won all of the heats and final at round 1, of course, and was the championship leader at that point All drivers can drop their worst score during the season, and on drop scores you'll see Aston Brown making that move. He's moved into P8 now. All drivers can drop the worst score, and if you do drop your worst score at this stage after the 3 rounds, Sebastian Corking is only 3 points actually behind Zane Quaker. Now bear in mind that Quaker, there he is on the 44, championship leader, currently third but about to go second as they go through the line, looking down the inside, he's having a look but nothing more at this stage. Chalk holds on to second, Quaker's still there in third on the 44. That's Jake Woods doing really well to hang on at 15.5 kilos overweight. James Roberts on the 37, looking up the inside of Charlotte Stanley, makes the move and Corking goes with him. So those two working together to try and get further up the field. That is Sebastian Corking picked out, the man from Darlington. Now on drop scores, as I said before, Sebastian Corking there, only 3 points off Zane Quaker. And we know that Quaker is at the Le Mans International event at the end of July, and it looks like he's going to miss, that is Quaker picked out, it looks like he is going to miss the round at Rowler, and that will be a score of 0. He will then be able to drop that score at the end of the season, but it gives him no leeway whatsoever. And with Teesside, Sebastian Corking country still to come later in the season, then it could get very interesting indeed. That's Oliver Sybil, fourth in his championship after round 3. He is struggling today. Looks to me like he's got some sort of setup issue with the kart today. Fourth in the championship currently, but running there in, went through the line on the last lap in P11. I think he may have made a place up, but he won't be happy with 10th, that's for sure. That's the 37 of Roberts. Back with the leaders, Armstrong leads it from Quaker, and then we've got Chalk in third, Woods, Roberts, Corking. Then Charlotte Stanley's in P7, followed by Aston Brown, Braden Boyd and Oliver Sybil now is up to 10th. That's Bray Williamson picked out. He's recovering after his earlier spin. He's been racing out in Oman in Micromax, but just moved back to the UK, living in West Kirby at the moment, and looking like he's going to make a move there for another place. So looking to try make a move on Riley Buckton-Young into 11th. Charlotte Stanley going through the picture. That was Sybil on the 99. Never quite saw whether Bray Williamson had made that move. That is Jake Woods now under pressure from the man behind him. That's Sebastian Corking. Corking should go by, as I say. Jake Woods, it's like he's carrying half a bag of potatoes in the car. He's so overweight. Never realised he was going to be overweight. He's not overweight himself, but he's actually very tall these days, and the total weight means he's 15 kilos over in the car. So don't expect to see him racing in Micromax anytime soon. After this event, 15 kilos or 15.5 kilos, I think it is exactly, is a significant disadvantage he has against all of these drivers. And to be honest, if you look at where he is in the race, 6th place and right behind the lads in front who are all very quick themselves, that is a sterling effort, I have to say, by Jake Woods. He is outperforming the weight of the car, and that's Jensen Chalk running wide on the grass. No contact, he's just gone straight on through turn 1. We're on board here with Charlotte Stanley. Charlotte trying to take advantage, looking up the inside, going up to the hairpin. Great overtaking opportunity, but any grass that's on Jensen's tyres probably not so much now. And that advantage Charlotte might have had was very fleeting, and it looks like Jensen's recovered. He's not made any mistake, as we've seen really during the race so far. It's a great effort, bearing in mind this is his first appearance in the championship. 1.1 is the lead for Armstrong over Quaker. We've got Robertson Corking just gone through, and then Woods. And here comes Chalk Stanley. It's pretty close. Chalk Stanley, Brown, Boyd, Sybil and Bray Williamson getting back in the mix. This is a great effort by Bray Williamson, by the way. Don't forget, he'd spun off through the double apex early in the race. So Bray getting it all back together. He's on the 29. There he is, just going through the picture, and right on the back of the drivers in front. He's got some racing experience with Micromax out in Oman, but the competition he'll have here will be at a different level from what he's used to, no doubt. That's James Roberts on the 37 with Sebastian Corking right behind. We're on board with Charlotte Stanley going up the inside of Jensen. Has she got it done? Not quite. Jensen's going to manage to hold on. He does. So it's Jensen Chalk, Charlotte Stanley, 57 is Brown, 88 is Boyd, 99 Sybil, and then in behind them is the 29 of Bray Williamson. So we're looking back from Charlotte's car at the 57 of Aston Brown. Now looking forward, and it looks like Jensen Chalk has got a terminal problem. He's pulled off coming out of the final turn. He's on the grass, And that is the end of his race. It's very unfortunate because he'd driven really well up to that point, apart from that one off through turn 1. Was that linked to the problem he's got now? I'm not sure. Just under 2 minutes on the clock. So we've got Armstrong, Quaker, Roberts, Corking. It's now Jake Woods from Charlotte Stanley now up to 6th place with Aston Brown in behind them. Braden Boyd, Oliver Sibbald and Bray Williamson now rounding out the top 10. Riley Buckton Young running there in 11th. He's made up a place as Chalk has pulled off. So that's the end of his efforts in this first heat of the weekend, unfortunately. But he's got to take the positives out of it. He has been pretty quick. And bearing in mind his relative experience versus the other drivers, I think that's a great effort. Be interesting to see. Hopefully he'll be back for Heat 2. Should be back for Heat 2. It's about an hour's time. We'll be bringing you it straight up here on the channel, of course. But here comes the race for the lead now. It's getting very spicy. Rory Armstrong second in the championship with the championship leader right up his chuff. Then comes Roberts and Corking. Roberts never made round 1, of course, never raced there. But if you take into account again drop scores, he's still in the mix to win this championship. Bearing in mind, as I said earlier, St Quaker's got to come back from Le Mans and he's not going to get back to Rowra from Le Mans. It's something like an 18-hour journey, and they won't get back until the morning, and they're not going to get, I think they get back at something like 8 o'clock in the morning. They're not going to get up to Rowra in time, I believe. Or are they trying to pull a fast one? Will they go by plane? I don't know. But at the moment, he's going to put himself up against it, Zane Quaker. If he doesn't make the Rowra round, he will have to drop that 0 score. He can drop the 0 score. The drivers can drop their worst score during the season, but it will put him under pressure. And there are rounds coming that Roberts, Corking and Armstrong will all like and hope to score better points, arguably, maybe than Zane Quaker will. Back on board with Charlotte Stanley here, looking back on Aston Brown on the 57. Here come the leaders though, 5, 4, 3. So there's going to be 2 laps to go as they go through the line. We're on the penultimate lap now. And here's Charlotte Stanley with the 360-degree on-board camera. We're on board with her now, again looking back at Aston Brown. They go through the line. There will be 2 laps remaining. So here are the leaders. Still Armstrong out front from Quaker. You want to hold on. That's important. It's a 6-point swing this. It's 25 for the winner, 22 for second. So if Quaker can overtake Armstrong, he would have the 25. Armstrong with the 22. It's 3 points more than 3 points less. And here comes Quaker up the inside. They go side by side. And here's the starter with the last lap board in his hand. Quaker down the inside and he's got the lead. That is a 6-point swing if he can hold on to it. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the action. We've got plenty more to come for you. So it's Quaker, Armstrong, Roberts and Corking battling. Roberts now defending from Corking. Wood still in there in 5th place from Stanley and Brown, we've already seen, but we're back with the race leaders. That's Quaker from Armstrong. They come out of the double apex up to the Wilson S's. For the last time, it looks like Quaker, the championship leader, is going to score a full bag here of 25 against Armstrong. He'll be gutted. That's a 6-point swing on the penultimate lap. Zane Quaker will be happy with that. Roberts holds on for 3rd place from Corking. Jake Woods is going to come home in 5th, all on his lonesome. But then comes Charlotte Stanley and Aston Brown. That's a good effort by Aston Brown, I have to say. Oliver Sibbald has done well to hang in there, as has Bray Williamson, by the way, who goes through the line there. I think that's 9th place and 10th place for Riley Buckton Young. That's the official result. 39.069, the fastest lap for Zane Quaker. He'll be happy with that. He's just rescued some championship points against his main rivals, Armstrong and Corking. Join us in part 2 for Heat 2.